My friends, there comes a time in life when you must lay down what does not belong to you, which means there will come a time when you have got to stop carrying other people's burdens, their patterns, their toxic behaviors, and their self-made storms. Oh yes, there comes a time when you have to make peace with the fact that you cannot rescue everyone, that you cannot heal everyone, and you cannot be the bandage on every wound. Now I know that if you are an empathetic soul, this truth is harder than most people can imagine. Because you see, empathetic people are born with this deep inner pull to kind of soothe and fix and patch, to mend everything and everyone. And it's as if you can almost feel the pain of others inside your own body. And because you feel it, you think it must be your responsibility to relieve it. And so you take it on and you carry it as though your heart was built to hold the entire world's sorrows. But let me tell you this with love, much love. Your heart was not designed or built to carry the world. No. Your heart was built to carry you. Yes, you. And yes, you can love. Yes, you can support others. Yes, you can encourage another person. But you are not here to live other people's lives for them. And you are also not here to shield them from their own growth, their own lessons, and their own healing journey. Because here's the truth. If you keep carrying someone else's weight, they will never ever learn how to lift it themselves. And honestly, I believe we all came here as wounded children, which means there's a wounded little boy or a wounded little girl in all of us. Because every single one of us carries scars from our past. Some of them are visible, but many of them are invisible. And some of us have even learned how to numb the pain. Others have learned how to project them onto the people that's closest to them. Some people build walls so high that no one can climb them, while others broke themselves in half just to try and keep the peace. But no matter how those wounds show up, they belong to us. They are ours to face. They are ours to heal. And they should not become a burden for someone else to carry. And when we, in our empathy, take responsibility for healing someone else's darkness, guess what? We're actually interfering with the very process that was meant to grow them and to heal them. It's like lifting weights at the gym. If you keep carrying the barbell for someone else, their muscles will never grow. They'll remain weak, dependent, and fragile. You might think you're helping, but you are actually preventing their strength from being born. It is the same way with a mother who carries a child. She nurtures that child, she loves it, she protects it, but she cannot carry that child forever. Because there comes a time when what has been carried must be released, so that child can take its own first breath, its own first steps, its own journey. And in the same way, when you carry people's burden for too long, you delay their growth. Empaths especially struggle here, because when you can feel what another person feels, their pain becomes your pain. Their sadness becomes your sadness. And guess what? Their chaos also becomes your chaos. And then the line between their life and your life gets blurred. But hear me clearly when I say this. As much as you love them, their pain is not your purpose. You can love them deeply without carrying their dysfunction. You can stand beside them without drowning with them. You can pray for them without living under the weight of their consequences. Think again of the pregnant mother. Her role is not to keep the baby inside of her forever. No, her role is to carry that child to term, and then to nurture that child, to prepare that child, but then eventually to release that child. And in releasing, life continues. Growth begins. I know sometimes the hardest thing you can do is to take a step back. But sometimes love is not in the rescuing, but love is actually in the releasing. Because sometimes what looks like abandonment is actually empowerment. Because it gives people the sacred chance to stand on their own 2 feet. And now I know some of you might be thinking, but isn't that selfish? Isn't that cold? Isn't that unloving? And to that I will say, no, my friend, it's not selfish. It's actually sacred. It is a sacred thing to do because it is sacred to protect your peace. It is sacred to honor your soul. It is sacred to put down burdens that were never yours to carry. So no, this is not about abandoning people, but it's actually about refusing to abandon yourself. Because when you constantly carry others, you yourself begin to shrink. Yes, you begin to dim your light. You begin to feel drained, exhausted, and sometimes even resentful. And you begin to live under a weight that was never meant for you. And then over time, that weight crushes your spirit. Yes, it crushes your spirit. Even a mother who loves her unborn child cannot carry that weight forever. Because if she tried to hold on to it endlessly, it would not only harm her, but it will also harm the very child she's trying to protect. So the release in itself is not selfish, but it is life-giving. And no, letting go is not selfish either. In fact, it is love in its highest form. You know, the kind of love that says, I believe in your ability to face your own shadows. I believe in your ability to heal and to grow. I believe you are strong enough to carry your own weight, and I will not rob you of the power of your own journey. So how do you love someone without carrying their burdens? Well, you do it with boundaries. Oh yes, and boundaries are not walls. Boundaries are doors with locks. Yes, and you get to decide when to open those doors and when to close them. You know, boundaries says, I love you, but I will not let you harm me. Boundaries says, I care, but I cannot live your life for you. You love people with support, not with saving. You also love people with encouragement, not with enabling. You love people with prayers, not with self-sacrifice to the point of depletion. Yes, and you remind them that their healing is possible, but you don't do the healing or the growing for them. Listen, life will always present us with an invitation to carry what is yours and to release what is not. And some of you listening today are so tired because you've been dragging other people's baggages behind you for years, for decades even. You've been the fixer, you've been the rescuer, the healer, the shoulder, the constant strength for everyone else. But the truth is, you are running on empty. You are running on empty. And if you are honest with yourself, you've even lost pieces of yourself along the way. Oh, but let today be the day that you set those baggages down. Oh, yes. And also let today be the day you say, I will no longer carry what does not belong to me. No, no, no. I will no longer lose myself in the saving of others. No, no, no. And I will no longer confuse love with self-destruction. Oh, no, no, no. Instead, I will choose freedom. I will choose boundaries. I will choose to let others walk their paths, even if it means stumbling, even if it means falling, because I believe in their ability to get back up and to rise. And so, my friends, remember this: you are not responsible for healing the world. You are responsible for keeping your own soul intact, your own light bright, and your own heart open. And remember that when you stop carrying other people's burden, you actually give them the gift of becoming who they were meant to be. And you also give yourself the gift of peace. So let them carry their own weight. Love them, yes, but don't lose yourself in loving them. Support them, yes, but don't sacrifice your soul. Walk with them, yes, but don't drag them. If they don't want to come, if they don't want the help, if they don't want to grow, let them be. Because at the end of the day, the greatest love you can give others is the belief that they are strong enough to heal themselves. And the greatest love you can give yourself is to finally let go. Simply let go. Hey, even a pregnant mother, no matter how much she loves the child within her, eventually she has to give birth. She cannot carry that baby forever. What was once inside of her must eventually come out so that life can grow and flourish on its own. And that is the same truth with the burdens you've been carrying. They are not meant to remain inside you forever. You must release them so that both you and those you love can finally grow. And so I ask you today, what burdens have you been carrying that no longer belong to you? And are you ready to let them go and turn them over to their rightful owners? Are you ready? Please share your thoughts and tell us, what do you think and why? Bye for now.